right.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, just give me
No, go ahead.
Welcome. I gotta go pee real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Nah. Welcome back to the Gus Eddy podcast.
Hey,
We
it's
had a
just
lot-
us.
I got some new candy cane chapstick, and it really burns my mouth
Oh,
like
okay,
a hell of a lot.
I thought you were reacting to the taste of it. I was like, it's probably just mint.
I don't know. I
What is this? Oh my god!
This is the worst chapstick I ever ate. Yeah, we're back. We had a lot of people actually asking for kind of a throwback to the old Just Us Two Boys podcast.
The trashy version of the podcast.
So we kicked out all our guests, and here's a Gus and Eddie podcast. I mean, we'll probably have one of these every once in a while, too.
Yeah, I kind of want to do them more often because we get to fuck around more, and people don't want us to fuck around with guests that much, which I understand. I'm not complaining that people say it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a serious boy, so I can't do that all the time.
Also, from here on out, we're going to have exclusively local authors on the podcast.
That's it.
So
authors, scientists who are also authors.
Wow, dude.
I don't even know what you call them. Probably both.
Probably.
That's it.
Science authors. I'm really avoiding saying Scientology so we don't get doxxed again.
Well, you just said it.
Fudge.
So now we're doxxed.
We'll flip.
Now the aliens know where we are.
Now what books will we read? What was your favorite book when you were a kid?
I think, Harry Potter, the series was the first one, but then I really, in late elementary school, got into Percy Jackson a lot.
Oh, really? I never read
I love
those.
Percy Jackson, and then the movies were terrible. I think I already talked about that on the podcast, though.
I can't imagine something worse than like having a beloved franchise, because like I've gotten lucky with that, because Harry Potter again was my bread and butter growing up and shit, and those movies all pretty much kick ass.
Yeah,
like, I can't imagine that misstep.
Imagine I think I mentioned this on the podcast before, but imagine Sorcerer's Stone having them not have Voldemort in it, and they're like, Quirrell is the villain of this movie. That's what they did in Lightning Thief.
Seriously?
Yeah, because there was a camp kid who like ended up turning bad, and they just like focused him as the main villain, but he was turning bad for Kronos, like the Titan.
Yeah.
And then Kronos just wasn't in the movie.
Why?
I don't know. And he's like, they're supposed to set him up for like this big thing, and he's like kind of pulling the strings of all the evil people in it. And then in the second movie, because they made a second one, he's just like some big CGI dumb monster that they beat for that movie. But like in the books, he's like a Titan.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Why?
I don't know who adapted that script, but it was just like, what the fuck are you thinking?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to like CGI him the whole movie or some shit.
Yeah,
or,
I
like,
guess. But
just
it's like
use a
it could have
kid.
just been a dude. It would have worked still fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hate books.
I just hate Percy Jackson.
Yeah. I remember. Did you ever read like the Artemis Fowl books growing up?
That sounds very familiar, but I don't remember.
Those were banging.
What were they?
It was like kind of like this super smart nerd kid that was like good at, and he had magic in him.
Okay.
That kind of sounds like Harry Potter again.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty good. I think they're making movies out of them actually now, so here's hoping. But again, it was like the book started coming out when we were like, I don't know, 6, I think. So why are they making them now? Like, it seems a little late.
Yeah, maybe what I'm hopeful for, but it's probably not true, is that people now who cared about the books are old enough to make a movie about it. But I don't feel like that's it. I feel like they're like, we did Harry Potter, we fucked up Percy Jackson, we did like Hunger Games, fucking Artemis Fowl, take it out of a box.
Yeah. What's like the next like teeny bopper? I would hardly call Harry Potter teeny boppery shit, but like what's
I wouldn't
the
call
next,
anything teeny bopper shit.
on principle. What's the next like young adult franchise that's coming through? Because it was like in our history, what was it? It was like Harry Potter.
It was Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Hunger Games, Twilight, probably in that order.
Yes.
But then the movies for Twilight, I think, came out before the Hunger Games.
And then sprinkled in there was like kind of Insurgent or Divergent, and also kind of Maze Runner.
Yeah,
but like
they
not
were all
really.
kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Maze Runner. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
I didn't see it or read it at all.
And I saw the sequel, and I think the people who read the book hated it, but I thought it was fine. And then I didn't see the third one because I didn't care.
Did you ever read the Jurassic Park books at all?
I tried to in 8th grade, and my language arts teacher was like, don't try this. You're an 8th grader. And I was like, I'm going to read it. I like Jurassic Park a lot. And then I read like the first chapter, and it had nothing to do with Jurassic Park, and my dumb attention span went and played Call of Duty or something like that.
That's smart. That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
No, the books are fantastic. Actually, So last podcast, I had brought up the Jurassic Park Trespasser game. That's just Nightmare.
I saw you tweeted about the anniversary.
Yeah, because I think it was one of the developers was just saying like, he's just like, happy 20th birthday to this like fucking masterpiece piece of shit. Like he's like, I learned so much from it, but like, yeah, it's just weird to look back on or whatever. Like,
that's bizarre. I can't imagine. I always am really interested in when people are willing to like roast something they did that like wasn't super great. Like, again, I still have no opinion on it, but even the fact that like Jamie's cool with being like, yeah, Blair Witch was a weird one. Yeah. And like all on the podcast and stuff. I love people talking about that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Would you rather have, say that you were, I mean, with anything, if you're going into music, if you're just going into like movies or shit, or if you're like a game developer, would you rather have like one like giant one-hit wonder kind of thing, or like a bunch of like kind of where some people would know them, where like they weren't
a bunch of kind of ones?
You want a bunch of kind ofs?
Yeah,
I think so too.
Because the thing is, whenever I see like any one-hit stuff, if it's like someone who was on a TV show or like a song, it's like they can't escape it for the rest of their life.
Oh yeah.
And at least when you're making stuff that's not that popular and good, people pay attention to your catalog and care about your new stuff. Like, I can't imagine still uploading videos and having people be like, dude, make another Lele Pons one. I can't believe. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine having everything new be like, this is not the thing that I like, so make that.
I think it would change for me depending on like what avenue you went down. Like if it was songs, kill me if it's a one-hit wonder song.
Yeah.
No way in hell, because then you're just. But that's the thing though too, is you make stupid money for the rest of your life. Yeah. Because every year you get a few big gigs and it's like, get Vanilla Ice in here, man. Ice Baby. You know what I mean?
The thing is though, like, I wouldn't want to be Vanilla Ice at all.
No, I wouldn't.
Like, because the thing is, you'll make a ton of money, but like, again, what we hear from everybody rich is like, it's not gonna help you. But what does fulfill you is working on stuff that people continue to care about, even if you're not making that much money.
That's true. I think I would want that if I were like an actor, like in TV or film or something like that. Maybe if I was doing like games, I would be kind of cool with like one big game or whatever. Yeah. Just as like, because again, you're not like a public figure for the most part.
Yeah, games are a little bit different, I think, because games are really open to like sequels and trying new things when it's not for most other things like music or movies and stuff.
Yeah, I always wonder what it would be like to be like one of those guys that just is in a big hit movie or something, like maybe from the 80s or 90s, and then they just like kind of tour the convention circuit and just have the little booths. Like,
does seem weird.
Like, I could see that maybe during the pocket of time when like that's going on or whatever, like, oh, I'm actively like on the show, or like it just got done. But like,
even 2 years after, you're like, all right, well,
I don't even like blame them for it, because like it's money, but I just can't imagine that would be personally fulfilling.
Yeah,
you know?
Even especially with TV show stuff, I'm so glad that Steve Carell has made sure that there's been no Office reunion, because a lot of the Office people were like, we're down to do it. And it's like, probably don't, though. Because unless Michael's down, honestly, I like the idea of doing one last Christmas special if everybody's down. But I don't even know if that's a good idea. So I'm glad that it's not like, let's bring back 3 more seasons.
Yeah, because it's not like, I don't know. I like the dynamic changes that all the characters went through in the series, too. But also, it's like, at the end, they kind of fucked up a lot of shit.
Dude, they ruined Andy.
Absolutely destroyed Andy.
Didn't Ed Helms, like, make the choice to do The Hangover instead of like a season? So Ed Helms fucked up Andy, and they had to like scramble for it.
Yeah, and it's like, and then Toby, who was already very lame and shit, was like, now he's like kind of creepy into Nelly, and everyone like fucking hates Toby and stuff like that.
And like Jim and Pam's marriage has now had like some weird like accusing of an affair thing, which was like, I get, oh, marriages go through trouble and it's not all romantic. It's like, yeah, but that's different, because he was like, Pam is cheating on me. And it's like, no, that's not a healthy relationship.
No.
They fucked it up.
It's like Pam is cheating, and then Jim says also Pam is fucking like taking my dream away from me. Yeah. And stuff. I don't know. And then like Kelly kind of moves on, but then she falls for Ryan at the end, I guess, in the finale. Like, she just runs away with him again. I don't know. The thing is, it would be perfect if they like did it during that mid-section, like seasons like 3 to 5, like right in that pocket where just classic Office shit and all the characters were still there and everything. But yeah, I don't know. What do you do? Do you do a Christmas special?
Yeah, it's weird with those type of things, because you don't know when to end stuff. Like, again, I think maybe a Christmas special could, because Christmas specials feel different. Like, they're coming back, and that would make sense for everybody to come together if like Michael was in it and he wanted everyone to come together. But I don't think that would happen. But yeah, I don't know. I think is there some shows that you think definitely should have ended or like ended too late?
Oh, dude. Well, I can't remember if I said this on the podcast too. Now This Is Our Life now is the curse is like, fuck, did I already say this on the podcast?
Yeah.
But I've said for a couple years now, Parks and Rec, the final season, sucks ass.
Yeah, I don't
fuck
like the
that
jump
season.
in time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I am always a proponent. Like if it's a sitcom or if it's like kind of a... Well, I mean, that's still a sitcom, you know. It's just not the traditional laugh tracky stuff.
No, yeah, it's a single cam sitcom.
Yeah, if it's
not even that. I don't even know what you would say.
If it's like that isolated comedy thing where it's like you maintain the structure for pretty much the whole show's life, I'm a firm believer of you can have the characters have dynamic changes personally, but when you end it, you leave them fucking frozen in time. They are part of that time, you know? You go back, you watch Cheers or something, it's in that time. Seinfeld, it's in that time. And then fucking Parks and Rec has this beautiful, I don't remember if it lasted 7 seasons. I think it was.
I think it might have been 7. It's 6 or 7.
Okay, I can look it up here with a big... Okay.
Nice
on the table there. Parks and Recreation... 7 seasons. So the first 6 seasons, it's like they end season 6 and it's that beautiful like festival and everyone's singing there and all their characters have like kind of gone with a dynamic range and it's happy. Boom, it should have ended. And it's like, nope, fuck that. Let's go 3 years in the future.
And Ron and Leslie hate each other.
Yeah. Now there's like, how much does technology change in 3 years for consumer use? It's like,
for
here's
here's
these holographic fucking iPads everyone has. And then everyone's too fucking busy to be in the show that season. Yeah. It's just bad.
It was weird.
And then the finale is like, without even spoiling shit if you haven't seen it, like the finale, they take every character and they go, here's what happens for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, you gotta leave viewers to kind of fill in the blanks for that. Like you don't jump and show exactly what happened to everybody.
I hate that.
Yeah. I think Sunny should have ended, man.
You think?
There have been a couple of good episodes of the new season from what I hear from Tony, and Tony and I have very similar tastes. My brother have very similar tastes in especially like Sunny episodes too. As he said the last 2 weeks weren't that good, and then there were 2 good episodes this season, but I have not thought that the last 2 seasons have been to the caliber of the show, like without a doubt. And there's a perfect episode to end it on, and it's The Gang Misses the Boat, where they acknowledge how weird every character's gotten. They try to change, and then they come back together in the end and are like, we're fucking crazy. Like, let's party. And it ends with bringing the rum hand back out and them dancing, and it would have been a perfect finale to the show.
Yeah.
But then they acknowledged all their jokes, and then there was 2 seasons of being like, okay, all these jokes reached a peak. Do we just keep saying the jokes then? And this season they're finally trying to reinvent it again. But okay. I don't know, man. It just seemed like they reached their peak in every running joke they had, and they acknowledged all of them in one episode, and then we're like, we're going to keep going with the show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is The Gang Misses the Boat the one where they think they die?
No. That's the cruise one.
Okay.
The Gang Misses the Boat is when Dennis drives the Range Rover into the water trying to chase the party cruise, the booze cruise they're going to go on.
Oh.
And then it's when Frank joins another group for a little bit, and Dennis tries to sell his car and be calm, and he does the whole Golden God stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
See, that'd be a good spot, but then I'm in a dumb position because I've heard you say that point of view for a while now, and from the beginning, I always thought you meant the one where it's the 2-part series, you know?
No, yeah, that's not a good episode. I hate that episode.
It's not a good episode, but it kind of is it's a very finale sense, you know?
Yeah,
but a sloppy finale.
Yeah.
And then I'm just I could see them having ended it there.
Yeah, I could have seen that too, but I really don't like that cruise episode because it's just
it's not entertaining.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
But then it's they are fully acknowledging all their character shit at the end. They're like, we're going out, and at the end when they realize they have their life back, they learn nothing. They're just fuck that.
Exactly. One newer inventive one, it was the best episode of last season, is Mac coming out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in that episode, in the cruise one, Mac comes out, and then they're like, fuck it. We're going to go back to joking that he might not be gay, and he might be gay. And it's like, you had him come out in one of the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. One joke I really like in the cruise one though is when Charlie sees that it's like a dry cruise, so no alcohol, and that Charlie sees like orange juice, and he's like, "Why is there a bunch of mixers over here?" And Frank's like, "What are you talking about? It's orange juice." Yeah, mixers. What is it like? Yeah. I love the idea of not knowing like soda or pop or juice is is anything but a mixer to alcohol.
Especially since you had a childhood too, and you probably had juice, and you just fucking forget.
Yeah,
you
forget that it's anything other than that.
I don't know. What's have you had a show have just like a shitty or like a really phenomenal like finale? What do you think is the best of both worlds there?
Well, nobody watches it, but I do think The Leftovers had an amazing finale, but I can't talk about that because nobody fucking watched it. But I'm trying to think of like really shitty finales I've seen. Yeah. One of not finisher is I actually, when I was getting into, when everyone got Netflix, you'd watch like kind of good shows. But they like weren't fantastic. It's before we all kind of like refined our taste because we have everything as an option. Yeah. I watched Supernatural for for like a good amount of seasons, and then it was like, what the fuck are these guys doing? They just have nothing. It was shit. This is not a good finale one. We'll get back to that in a second. Part of it's two brothers in Supernatural, and part of the conflict that was like rising is the tension like between them. And then there were like 3 season arcs of like they hate each other and they got back together because brotherhood is the most powerful thing in the world. But then the next season they'd be like, I fucking hate you, dude. It's like, how many times can you like break apart and get back with your brother and have that be an arc? It's so dumb.
Oh, that's the dumbest shit ever.
But yeah, what's a shitty or good finale for you?
I don't know.
Breaking Bad's the best finale.
I was just gonna say that Breaking Bad's the best finale.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
No, it's just, and that's clearly if you like the show already, you're on board with it. But it's like I've never seen a show so satisfyingly wrap up as many things as it can.
Mad Men did a really good finale too. Yeah,
I
love the Mad Men finale, which is like 2 AMC shows on at the same time that were kind of starting the golden age of television finished perfectly. Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that it's like they wrap it up with an ending in mind, and I know they're going to do that with Better Call Saul too. Have you watched any of that?
I still haven't been watching.
It's great. The first few episodes are a little weird to get into, but
yeah, that's what I tried to get back into it when I was on the flight back home when I was going home in August, and I just didn't keep watching again. I just need to sit down and watch it.
I think it's a cleaner show than Breaking Bad, actually, though. Like,
really?
I found myself during parts of it liking it better, but it's hard to say that because it's like I watched my first run of I mean, my first run of that was 5 years ago.
Yeah. So. Do you think Vince like learned more about how to like structure shows? I mean, he was already so great at it.
Yeah, he was so great at it. He was already a veteran when he was doing Breaking Bad and shit because he was working on like the X-Files and stuff forever. Yeah. But like I don't know. Like it's a different kind of tension. It's like I've never cared so much about a show when so much of it is just drama and dialogue. Like it's just fucking great. Whereas like Breaking Bad, I don't think it's cheap at all, but like
there's action.
It's way more like accessible to more people. Yeah. There's action and murder and shit.
It's easy to describe to somebody like, hey, if you're accidentally involved with a drug dealer wanting to kill you, then you're like, oh, okay, I can get on board with that one.
Yeah, I guess I don't have a lot of other wrapping up stuff because usually what I watch is like. Well, I mean, the Office finale was okay, but like otherwise, I'm just watching like Family Guy. Or now I'm into South Park. I used to hate it, but
you know what's one thought I had about Breaking Bad as well is Breaking Bad's really good at like certain items moving the plot forward that you remember in your head, like just like ricin or like this or like a teddy bear in the pool. You know what I mean? It's just like they were so good at imagery of like this thing is this season and drove the plot forward rather than just like something happening. Yeah, I don't know why that's like so specific to that show, but it's like items move it forward.
That's
almost.
So true, and it's like you said, you know the names of stuff too.
Yeah,
that's one of my biggest gripes when I watch movies. Is it's like I hate it when a movie gets done. And this happens so often where it's like, that even if I enjoyed the movie, it's like, I don't fucking know the name of half of the main characters. Yeah. Like, so many movies are so shitty at that, which is why I absolutely love it when movies are like, it's all about timing, too, like name dropping at certain points along the way.
Back to the Future is probably the best at like remembering names.
Oh, it's perfect. Like, it's built into like catchphrases. Yeah. Are built in like Marty, 88 Marty. So like, that's fucking Marty. Doc. He says Marty says Doc like every second sentence. You know, how could you not know their names?
Yeah, it's great.
I love that.
Man, I love Back to the Future. I usually rewatch it like every like October. Is October the anniversary month?
Yes.
Okay, because it's usually when it comes back up and I rewatch it.
I want to say it's October 15th.
You know what? I think, it is. Yeah. You know what used to piss me off so much is leading up to 2015, starting in 2011, every fucking October 15th, somebody would Photoshop it and be like, it's 2011 is the anniversary, and it would circulate every single year, and I would get more mad every time.
Yeah.
To like, by the time we got to 2015, I was like, all right, finally, it can fucking end, because like everyone's gonna make a big deal out of it. But like, I couldn't enjoy it because everybody every year, like, it's the anniversary. It's when Marty actually went. It's like, Google it before you tweet. Google things before you tweet. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Did you ever see? Because like, it was a big deal, the big anniversary when it really hit. Like, did you see the Back in Time or the Out of Time documentary that came out that year?
I remember, I think I saw clips of it. It's like Zemeckis talking about it and stuff like that, right? And like Spielberg.
The thing is, like, I was so amped for that because they really build it as like, this is the Back to the Future documentary, and we're putting it out on the anniversary, and it's gonna fucking rock.
Like, for free on YouTube or something?
It was on Netflix. They just dropped it. But the thing is,
I think I did watch it then. Yeah.
Dude, maybe about a fifth of it is cool as shit because it's Bob Gale, it's Robert Zemeckis, like the creators of the movie. Like,
I remember seeing a bit about talking, like the famous casting change stuff, and I don't remember anything further than that. So I probably watched a little bit.
You probably saw the good chunk. Like, there's a good chunk where it's like, this is what we want to see, and then like 4/5 of the fucking movie is just shit. It's horrible.
What is it covering?
It's nothing. Like, they'll just talk about, like I had mentioned before, like they are talking like, oh, what is the guy that played Mayor Goldie Hawn doing? And he has like more talking time than fucking Doc Brown. It's like, why?
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's these people, like, they get him, and they'll get, like, Marty's girlfriend, who no one gives a shit about. I don't even remember her name.
Yeah, fucking maybe Marty's girlfriend. MG for short. MG, fucking dumbass.
I remember you sitting in the truck there.
Great performance, though. Great job.
But it's just talking about them, and, like, and they, when they really are supposed to revel in those interview moments, like, you should be talking to Doc Brown, and he'll be, like, saying, like, hey, or Christopher Lloyd, and he'll be like, hey, I get people coming up to me all the time saying, like, 88 Marty. But it's like they put that focus on these side characters. So, like, Mayor Goldie Hawn, too. And, again, I guarantee that no one fucking recognizes this guy most of the time. But he's like, I cannot tell you how many times a week to this day someone comes up to me and goes, Mayor. And I'm like,
really? I don't think that happens. Multiple times a week. There's no way.
Mayor. He's got like long dreads and he wears caps now. He looks nothing like he was in the movie. Yeah. That's not even an iconic, like, what's your favorite Back to the Future phrase? Mayor. But it's like them. They get the interesting shit out of the way, and then they talk about, like, a huge chunk of it is talking about a DeLorean car festival that fans do, where they go every year and they just show off DeLoreans.
That sounds like the most boring thing that you could possibly go
horrible.
to, because the DeLorean's a famously failed car.
Yes, and
so
then
it's just people being like, "Do you remember Back to the Future?"
It's the same way. Yeah, that's it. Did you guys see this too? Small world.
What if we go 88 miles per hour? Maybe we'll go back in time. No, I'm just kidding. I can't move the car that fast. It'll break.
The tires are not even real. No, but and then like a part of it was how in like London they had this festival a few years ago where they made the town like the 50s town.
Okay.
And then it was like then they showed this little bit of a reunion thing where like a bunch of the Back to the Future cast, including Christopher Lloyd, like showed up to like this little fan thing, and the focus of this was not, hey, we're all together again, it's a reunion. There was some fucking asshole who proposed to his girlfriend on stage in front of all of the fucking Back to the Future cast.
Ooh,
and the
not
story
about you.
No, and then it was just like, oh, so happy that's here. And that's the meat of the documentary.
Oh my god, that's awful.
It's these fucking side projects.
Yeah.
There's like 15 minutes in the documentary talking about this guy who built a mini golf course in his backyard, and then was just like, yeah, like I built this mini golf course and it had nothing to do with fucking Back to the Future.
So it was basically like a movie about fans of Back to the Future rather than about the making of the movie.
Yeah.
Which Back in Time sounds like the title of learning about the movie.
That is it, yeah. And
it's going back in time to the movie.
The only fucking tie-in was that he was able to get the guy that played Mayor Goldie Hawn and Marty's girlfriend to come to a charity event at his house. For like to raise money for like some shit that had nothing to do with Back to the Future or Parkinson's or anything tied into that.
Yeah,
that was my rant.
I don't know. That just sounds boring. Anyone who made it should die. Gus Johnson. I would sip my water, but I'm out.
Oh, that's a damn shame and a half. You can go grab some. Let's do some scat for a while.
Okay, go ahead and scat for. Oh my god.
You know what I really miss? This is just me talking to the camera at this point, too.
What do you miss?
There it is. You guys should look up Hambone on YouTube. Eddie, have you ever heard of Hambone?
No.
It's like a musical style or whatever, kind of like, you know, scat and a little scoodle beat bop kind of shit, but it's like people will like play their body at the same time and just make bad noises like like it sounds like that. I wasn't even exaggerating.
I don't like that at all.
That's some good shit. Let's change our theme song to Hambone.
I don't even like the name of that. Who would like want it? They're like, we are really into doing this. We need a name that's gonna make people take us seriously.
Hambone.
That's it. That's the one. I felt like it's been Hambone this entire time, but I was too afraid to say it.
I couldn't piece the words together in my mind.
What the fuck is happening with YouTube, dude?
Dude, I don't know.
It's broken as shit right now. Did you see the most recent glitch?
No.
A ton of creators yesterday were having their new videos. People would click on it to watch, and it would say, like, you need to pay to watch this video.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is happening? I think Mark was right, is that Markiplier made a video, if you haven't seen it, about how Google Plus got forced into, like, every piece of YouTube. Just kind of like infected it. Just like think of like a tree branch, you know, growing into it. And then they were like, what was it, like a month ago or something where they removed it because of that security stuff where like Google was trying to save their own ass. They're like, we need to get rid of Google Plus.
I don't know.
But they got rid of Google Plus, and it's basically like ripping the branches out of YouTube and being like, all right, that's fine. Now continue, everybody. And it's so bad that just like things are fucking up constantly. Mm-hmm. Right now, views are down for pretty much everyone whose channel isn't like absolutely blowing up. But like the CPM, which is, wait, what does CPM stand for?
Clicks per million? Per milli, I think, which means 1,000.
So it's just money, you know, for like, for views.
It's like, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's like how much money you will make roughly per 1,000
per 1,000 views. Yeah, yes. That's what it is, but I didn't know what it like stood for.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the like rate we all go by for what our YouTube revenue is. And that's like what, triple right now? But views are down?
Views are down.
So what the fuck is going on, dude? I'm so confused.
It's like, it's not even one issue too. Like it's just weird shit, you know? Like I feel we're never in a period where nothing is broken. It's inconsistent and it's not for everybody. Like, oh, your sub boxes aren't getting filled. Oh, it won't get recommended to your people on the homepage. Like,
yeah, like I mean, I have not, and you haven't either. We both dealt with demonetization kind of months after it was a big problem, and now we haven't had to deal with it for what, like a year maybe?
Yeah.
Like, and some channels still every video is demonetized.
Yeah.
And like I feel like, and I will really know for this most recent video I'm putting out for people that watch my stuff, it's like I have to talk about some political stuff. I'm not getting political, but it's definitely would be flagged by YouTube. If this doesn't get demonetized, then right now my channel I think is just like flagged as friendly for advertisers.
Really?
Because like I don't know, dude. I'll talk about stuff and I'll swear. Some people have to censor swears out of their videos so they don't get demonetized. We don't have to do that. It's just like everyone's scrambling where it's like they're like, oh, I must be demonetized because I'm swearing. That's not it. You're just picked randomly, and you're not making money for no reason.
You know, was one weird thing that I noticed last week was I went to my subscription box. I never really look at like the full list or whatever, but I was trying to find a channel that I know I'd subscribe to, and I found like 10 channels that I never subscribed to that I was just subbed in there. And I was like, what? And it was all people whose videos I'd seen.
Okay.
You know? But then there was...
It's like auto-subbing?
There was a couple, like, that I saw, like, I made that fucking GQ video. I was subscribed to GQ. I never did that.
Yeah.
I was subscribed to Vanity Fair. I never fucking subscribed to Vanity Fair.
Oh, God.
Why?
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Especially now it is just a common problem where, like, everybody just has... active subscribers get unsubscribed from them. It was this big thing like a year and a half ago, like, holy shit, what's happening? And now it just happens. You'll upload, and obviously everyone when they upload, they'll like lose subs sometimes. I usually don't see like an effect of it. I've talked to people who have though, where like they'll lose subs and then they'll gain them and gain it back. Usually every upload, I don't like have it skyrocket down, and I don't think you do either, right? Like we don't have unsubs immediately.
I have it not like breathtaking, but I mean for the last few years, it's always that way though. For me,
really,
it's like I'll post
every single like post,
every fucking video.
Really,
still, where it's not like catastrophic, but it'll be like I will post and I will immediately go to my channel page, and then in the first 2 minutes, I'll probably lose like 25 subs.
Huh?
Where it's like,
do you think it also not of all of it attributing it to that, but your channel revolves a lot around a lot of people seeing your stuff possibly for the first time, and then like every video is like a new meme that might be seen like on Reddit by new people.
I could see that,
but I still don't think they'd be unsubbing that fast. Like I'll have it where first 10 seconds, 31 subs gone. It's like there's no way that many people quickly could do it. And like you've seen it where it'll just like it'll be going way up, and then I'll just like in one like minute I'll lose like 15 out of nowhere. Yeah. After a video's been out for like hours.
Yeah, that'll still happen too. Like, I mean that's never gone away. I wonder if it's just still happening to everybody. Where
I
it's
think
like
it
you'll
is.
have those spikes, just like, oh fuck, there goes 400 subs.
Well, do you get those comments all the time? Because I do. Just like, hey Eddie, YouTube unsubbed me. Just wanted to tell you, but I don't make a tweet about it because I'm getting so tired myself of seeing other YouTube friends of ours, which I understand when they're frustrated. I do it too, but like on Twitter, just seeing all these issues, it's like you're totally desensitized to it. Where it's like, I don't fucking care that this person's demonetized, but really what's happening to them is they're not making money for like 2 weeks of work. Yeah. But like you see it so much, you're like, oh, it's just common. It doesn't matter.
That's the worst part. And like I'm no stranger to complaining myself on Twitter and shit, but it's now I really try to save it for when it's like a huge thing, because even when I'm complaining about the big stuff, it's like nothing's going to change. And the shitty thing is, it's like if something goes wrong, like you say, like you could literally like lose like, oh fuck, that was kind of like my rent's next month and shit. But and there's no like kind of recourse, because you go complain about it and nothing will get changed as a result of your tweet, and there will still be a section of people that will be like, fuck you, why are you fucking complaining? I don't know.
I still love our job, but it would be great if everything was working properly. It would be a very easy job. But we have to deal with a lot of this stuff where it's like not easy. I get why people maybe like 10 years ago were like, YouTube's an easy job. It's like, well, creating stuff isn't that easy and having a ton of people watch it, but things ran smoothly back then.
What we are saying in a nutshell is that we work harder and deserve more respect than the troops.
The troops for sure, dude. What the fuck do the troops do? Shoot a gun?
Do that in Call of Duty 700 times a day.
Dude, honestly, we were playing Blackout. I killed a lot of people. What are the troops doing?
Nothing. Don't fucking anything.
I don't know.
Tell me 2 cool wars that are going on right now.
I fucking
can't. 1, 2, 3 times. Times up, you fucking nerd.
Blackout Royale. I played 5 of them. That's 5 wars I've fought.
You know how many individual bullets I've shot in a video game in the last like 2 weeks?
More than the troops.
Yeah, probably willing to bet more than the troops. Who else do we deserve more money and respect then?
Definitely like toddlers for sure.
Yeah, children.
Any child that's going through a rough time, I just think we deserve more sympathy and respect than them.
Those are their
teachers.
Loved ones.
Fuck teachers,
that's a
dude.
Good one too. Dude, I was gonna say those are their loved ones that were affected by mesothelioma.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Definitely.
Yeah. Dude, I like my sister and mom are both teachers, and like I'll visit home, they'll be like, oh my god, we have to pay for our supplies. Oh, the school has too many kids and not enough teachers. My video got demonetized.
Yeah.
And I had a sponsor on it, sure, but I didn't make the video didn't make money individually.
Yeah.
And also people bought my merch from it, and also Patreon, but like the video didn't make money.
Yeah, I'll go home, I'll tell my mom that stuff, and she'll be like, I don't even get dental coverage. You're going to have to put your sister down. And I'm just like, fuck you, dude. I didn't sell that many
I'll
shirts
do it myself.
I'll do it.
I'll put your sister down. Oh, man, this is the type of shitposty stuff I like when it's just me. I fucking love Red Dead, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone, so I just want to say on record that I love that game, and I totally get people feel the need to criticize games that are super popular because they're held at a higher standard, but I fucking love that game so much, dude. Oh, my God.
I just started it last night at the time of taping this. I played about 5 hours, and it's just fantastic. It's just beautiful. I feel like every year there's maybe like one game that will come out, at least for me, where it's like a big graphical game, and I'll be like, God damn, this is it. This is the next bar. And that's Red Dead for me.
Honestly, yeah, that and God of War, but the thing is, Red Dead is like an open world game. That's the thing is, a lot of the PlayStation exclusives will have amazing graphics, but I don't really put us at the next step in graphics because it's a contained story.
Yeah.
I mean, there was open world stuff in God of War, so I won't take it from them, but it wasn't a full open world. But yeah, it's when like Rockstar will come in, or like one of the big official open world games, or like, this is the graphics we can get where you can walk around everywhere. Like that's the type of shit. Yeah. Bethesda won't do that at all, though.
No. Do you think they're going to finally upgrade their engine for the next Elder Scrolls?
Dude, I don't fucking know. Did you hear the thing about that too?
No.
We're doing some video game talk. Sorry, anybody who doesn't care about video games, so we'll keep it brief.
Geeks and dorks only.
we're just nerds. Do you see my glasses? I'm just a nerdy guy. If you're listening, do you hear my glasses? Were you shaking? What the fuck?
You're funny, dude.
Oh my god, I'm really scared. I'm fucking frightened across the table from you.
Tony, just edit my face out for that.
No, you can't. I don't know what you want. You say edit your face out?
I'm crying. Just finish your thought.
Well, okay, you're struggling, dude. Ow. Are you saying ow? You're probably saying ow because your eyes are so tight. Anyways, Bethesda. One thing is, they came out and they were like, yeah, we're not really working on Elder Scrolls. We just showed that trailer because, people were probably expecting it.
Really?
Yeah, they treated Fallout 76 like a full game, so the full team was on it. Now the full team is transferring over to Starfield, and then after that, the full team is working on Elder Scrolls.
So
it's going to be like fucking 10 years.
Yeah, honestly. At least 5, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. If they make another game on that engine, I might not buy it.
I won't buy it. At
it's
that
like
point,
playing with action figures. It's not a real fucking game.
Yeah. Like, I know that immersion is not, like, the key to a game in terms of, realism, but it fucking matters when that's what you're going for. And if you're using such an old engine,
yeah, they just get buggier and shittier as the games go by. And the graphics, dude, I remember being like, I played Skyrim, and I remember seeing on the 360 like a pond far away, and it was low textured. And I remember thinking, I can't wait for the next generation. I can't wait to see what they do. And then Fallout 4 was this same shit. I would see like a pond from far away, and it would be like one colored texture.
Yeah,
it's like you guys didn't upgrade shit. Like maybe you added more leaves and grass, but like the textures look like garbage still.
Yeah, that's so true. But
not garbage. They work very hard. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Fuck you.
Compared to Red Dead, it looks like shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, I remember that was a bar-setting game for me when it came out, though, too. I was like, fuck,
Fallout 4's looks?
Or not Fallout 4, Skyrim.
Skyrim at the time. Yeah, Skyrim looked great.
7 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
I just remember watching, like, the tech videos, like the specs beforehand. I remember, like, an interview where I think Todd Howard was giving it, where he's like, in the game, I love the way he talked about it. He's like, in the game, like, if this is a spoon, like you could be standing outside and looking at a spoon and then look up in the distance and see mountains. And those aren't sprites. Like this is all, like you can go to that mountain.
Yeah, that was a big thing. It was the E3 conferences. It's like those mountains, you can go there and like you can. But then the thing is like Todd has this amazing ability. And I still love memeing him and stuff. He has this amazing ability to not lie about something, but make it sound way cooler than it actually is. Because then you get into Skyrim and you're like, there's like one mountain I can actually go on, and the other one's is like it'll be just an uphill, like shitty glitch climb. Yeah, just jumping up. Like it was the first game to kind of do that though, where you could like just walk up to mountains and stuff. So that's cool. But he did. I remember my imagination when he said that was like every fucking mountain's gonna have shit on it. Oh my god!
I can't believe it, dude.
Oh my god! I'm so much better than the troops, and I'm only 12. When did Skyrim come out?
November 11th, 2011.
Right. So I was a freshman in high school.
Yes. I was a sophomore in high school.
I remember enjoying that a lot because I got it for my birthday. And I love always memories with my birthday because it's November 28th. Oh my god, it's almost my birthday month. But no, it's I love it's like it'll be kind of cold out in Chicago, and I'll always like the sun goes down early, because it's late November, and I always know like I opened gifts that were like video games, and it was like dark outside, and like so we had the lights on my kitchen, and then I just like go downstairs and Tony and I would play video games, like the new one, and I love that so much. And I'm still going to love it when I go back home and I force my family to buy me gifts, even though I'm an adult.
I think for me, like, the biggest, like, because we never got, like, games and shit for Christmas. That was always kind of a summer thing, is, like, we live in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, because it was, like, I don't know, Christmas was just so late. And we have, like, 5 Christmases. And there's like no divorce in my family, but we have like 5 Christmases. I don't know. Maybe we're just a Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, honestly, like my parents got divorced just to have 2 Christmases, and you're over here with 5, and they didn't have to split up.
You can just do it.
I need to make 2 calls, one to my mom, one to my dad, not a joint call.
One to Vince Vaughn. I knew that movie.
Oh yeah, 4 Christmases.
Yeah. I didn't know this was real. You should put a disclaimer in there. Like, you can actually do
I thought your parents had to get divorced to have multiple Christmases.
But, I mean, there's just always so much going on and so many relatives that, like, it wasn't a big video game thing, but it was always summer for us because, like, we had, like, a bunch of summer birthdays. So we'd get a new game, and it was, like, we have AC in our house, but my mom never fucking does it because she's cheap as shit. So we had to, like, every summer day it was, like, unbearably hot. But if you went down into our basement, it was, like, 20 degrees cooler.
Yeah.
So we just, like, hang out down there and play, like, Super Mario Sunshine and, like, Metroid Prime and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Pretty dank.
It's pretty dank. What did I see? I saw a fucking Kingdom Hearts meme that made me laugh so much. Kingdom Hearts is such a funny thing because it's that game that, like, I'm ashamed I played as a kid. Yeah. And it's so fun to joke around on it because, like, it's still, gameplay-wise, is pretty damn good. So, like, you'll enjoy yourself. Be like, this is so embarrassing. I fucking hate this so much. So it's so funny to meme, especially because, like, Goofy's in it. And, like, Goofy's a fucking great character to meme. Yeah. Like, he just sounds so fucking ridiculous. And when he says, like, awful shit, it's Goofy saying it.
I love that fucking video you showed me.
Which one was it?
The one where, if you haven't seen it, it's the classic one where Goofy's staying home and doing chores for the day. And the milkman bursts through the door and kisses Goofy on the lips and gives him 2 things of milk. And some guy fucking dubbed over after Goofy gets kissed by the milkman, and he goes, "Just hold my ears while you fuck my butt."
I love it so much. I think that dude put it on his Instagram,
really?
And that's where I saw it. Yeah, I saw somebody analyze that joke because it was actually from an older Goofy cartoon. Is that he opens the door, a milkman that looks like Goofy kisses him on the lips, and he's got an apron on because he's doing the job for his wife that day, and he looks like totally shocked. And somebody's like, "Yeah, the layers of this are like Goofy's shocked because a man just kissed him, but he's also shocked that he just found out his wife's cheating on him with the mailman." Like, Disney, oh my god.
But then he continues just doing chores.
Yeah. She's like, all right, I guess it's part of her day.
This is my life now. No, this has nothing to do with what we were talking about, but I forgot to talk about this last podcast. The fucking table shaking dude at the Grove.
The table shaking?
Oh,
right. Yeah, go for it.
So we were out to eat, like, with our buddies Jamie and Mimi, and Sabrina was there too, who's my girlfriend, not my buddy. But we were just, like, at a burger joint, and we were just talking or whatever. And I'm doing it right now, you know, where you just kind of, like, you tap your leg a little bit. And I was just doing that, like, really calmly. We were in the booth seating. The booths were not connected, by the way. It was 2 booth backs that were not connected. So we're just sitting there, and then there was a party behind us, and then some guy turns around, and he's like, you know, you could tell by the look of him, he looked to be probably about 27, really clean and, like, well put together. So somebody who looks like they're really socially aware and is not a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So he turns around, like, right behind my shoulder, and he goes, hey, buddy, hey. I was like, what? He goes, "Hey, you're shaking the table over here? I need you to stop, man. The whole table's shaking right now. I just need you to stop. If you're tapping your foot or something, you just got to stop." And I was like, "Okay, sorry. I'll try to be more mindful of that." He goes, "Okay, thank you." Which was already, like, a little bit like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Fucking acting like the meal's
especially,
destroyed.
saying it like that. You could easily just be like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I think you're tapping your leg."
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Yeah, hey, you gotta stop.
You're done.
Yeah.
Cancel culture. But so then I was like, okay. And then I didn't do it the rest of the meal. 10 minutes later, I'm literally just talking to, like, Jamie and Mimi. And the guy over my shoulder, he goes, "Dude, you gotta stop. The entire table is shaking." He goes, and this is his tone, I'm not exaggerating. He's like, "You are making me nauseous, okay? It is nauseating over here. Stop it." And I was so taken aback. And I was
nauseated.
Like, I am nauseated. Like, we're just trying to eat. Oh, my God.
I have motion sickness, and your leg is causing me to want to throw up.
Did you guys have fries? Is that what's going on? And then I literally, because, like, so rarely do I, like, even talk back at people just because it's just like, fuck, avoid it. If someone's being an asshole or, like, an idiot, it's just easier to be like, all right, dude, you know?
Yeah.
Not let them ruin your day and bring them down to your level, or vice versa. Fucking fill in the gaps. But I was just like, dude, I am not doing anything. He's like, dude, I don't know what you're doing something because it's shaking over here. I was like, I'll try to be careful or whatever. And then, like, I made a couple more jokes the rest of the meal where, like, Sabrina, like, tapped my leg, and I was saying it loud enough so that they could maybe hear. I was like, "Ooh, careful, honey. Don't shake the table. You might give him PTSD over there." Saying shit like that. They never responded to it, too. But it was like, and then I watched, too, like, the guy switched sides with, like, a middle-aged woman in his party so that he could be, I just have to get away from there.
Jesus.
You know? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm just thinking, like, couple of months from now, like the fault line ruptures and like everything's shaking, we're in the middle of everything, your phone rings, you answer, hey, can you stop tapping your fucking leg? Oh my God, you're shaking the entire state over here.
My neighbor's building's going down.
People are dying, guy.
Stop. I'm still at the restaurant, by the way, but stop.
I am nauseous right now.
Mimi said that she overheard like some of the stuff that he was saying, and he was saying stuff like we put together the pieces that he was an actor. By the way, so Jamie and Mimi are like fucking real actors who have done real work for a long time in the industry.
Yeah.
Not too long. They're young enough. Hire them in your next project. But it was like, no one fucking recognized this guy. And he was saying shit like, yeah, it's so weird coming out in like the public like this. It's just you have to interact with people like, I don't like the attention and stuff like that. It's like, shut the fuck up, you bouncy bitch.
Honestly, I don't know when people are going to realize, and it's not just LA, but when people are going to realize that right now with the internet and the amount of TV shows and movies, there are so many people with like an audience that nobody's hot shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like YouTubers with 1 million subscribers. If you're watching this and have 1 million, nobody gives a shit. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. There are so many people with an audience that even people who watch other people don't idolize you or like deify you and stuff. Like nobody fucking cares.
No.
It's like an actor, he's probably in like some fucking Amazon Prime show nobody watches. Like, oh my God, I can't go outside. It's like, there's so many fucking shows and content. There's so many famous people. Yeah. Nobody cares.
Excuse me, I was in half of season 3 of Bosch. Okay? Like, it's fucking let up.
Honestly, I just can't believe, especially like with YouTube stuff, that people let it get to their ego. And it's like, there are so many people in the world that are like more famous than you, and it doesn't even matter for them. So why do you care? Why do you think you're hot shit?
I absolutely hate that. And I'm so mad, too. Do you ever get, like, those things where you just want petty revenge? Like,
oh, yeah.
And I was
I
like...
did it for the Instagram video stuff with all me recently, yeah.
But it's like I wish I would have recognized him. I studied his face. I remember kind of what he looks like, but I was like, I had no fucking frame of reference, which is another insult to him. No, I didn't know how the fuck to find this guy.
Yeah.
Because I definitely would have like gone out and just like tweeted out and be like, oh, this guy, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fucking
no,
piece
honestly.
of shit.
Yeah.
And we have enough, like, we don't matter, but we have enough people who sometimes watch what we do that it could have been spread around and be like, oh, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Like, why would you even do that? Like, it's just rude to people to be that asshole.
Yeah.
But also, like, if you have a little bit of a platform, you know how fucking easy it is to shoot yourself in the foot?
Honestly, just being a dick in public will get you captured.
Yeah. Captured.
On video.
Get them, boys.
Yeah. But speaking of that, did you see the Rami Malek stuff from last night?
Is it an awkward encounter with someone?
Yeah,
or like,
it's made me so mad on Twitter.
Was it with a girl?
Yeah, it's not him that made me mad.
I did not watch it.
All she did, or not all he did, they're both innocent in this situation.
Yeah.
She comes up to the encounter filming a video. He's clearly like wanting to take a picture with her. She goes like, "Can you say hi to my friends?" And him in the middle of a press tour. Mm-hmm. So he's doing this every single day, every hour, traveling every day. Goes, "No, but we can take a picture." And she goes, "Oh, sorry." And you see it kind of like crush her a little bit.
Yeah.
But like then he notices it's a video and then the video ends. So like again, Stan Twitter is going crazy like Rami Malek is such a fucking asshole.
Oh,
he
mistreats
his fans, blah, blah, blah. It's like, guys, we have just gone to like Bufferfest and VidCon. That's exhausting with those interactions. Rami Malek is a legitimate celebrity with a movie coming out where he plays Freddie Mercury and is on a press tour for it. The amount of pictures and people he's had to talk to that he probably doesn't give a shit about. Mm-hmm. Like, also, actors shouldn't need to appreciate their fans. I'm sorry. Like,
no, they should.
Dude, people that don't, like YouTubers, we should. People that watch our stuff,
we do too.
I mean, that's the thing. But I mean, like the obligation is there when you're actively actually being supported by those people. I guess you could say it's buying tickets to stuff, but no. Like Rami Malek was on TV in Mr. Robot, was picked out of an audition process, gave a great performance in a great show, and that's why people are fans of it. Like, and yeah, sure, fans of the show made his career better, but like. Actors and like directors and stuff, they don't owe a fan base like we owe a fan base. And people treat it like it was like, I guess, a meme of Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't want to take pictures with people either. Mm-hmm. Like they don't owe you fucking anything.
Yeah,
it's so bizarre.
Because it's not like you're not saying and we're not saying they have the right to be rude.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
They definitely have the right to be like, no, thank you.
Yeah,
like it's a personal preference.
They don't owe them something.
You're coming up to them touching them and asking them to do something.
Yeah, I think it's mainly because Hollywood stuff of like movies and TV are so far removed from the consumer that they don't like musicians owe a lot to their fans. They come to shows and they buy their music. But like most movies, even if say Rami Malek's in a bad movie that's like really small, it's not gonna, the fans of Rami Malek are not gonna make that movie a success. There's not enough of them.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember when Robert Downey Jr. was in The Judge?
Oh, with Robert Duvall?
Yeah, that movie kind of flopped. And it's like a lot of us are fans of him from Iron Man, but that didn't make that movie a success. Like, you don't have the power to make their lives more successful, really. Not that that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
But, like, again, it's so far removed from the fan that I feel like if you're the fan of an actor and you feel like they owe you something, it's like they absolutely don't. Musicians, if you run a fan club for, like, a band or something, totally. YouTubers, totally. But, like, actors get picked to be in something, and that's really it. And then they're in something.
You know, it was one thing that you mentioned before too, like, and I don't want to like, I don't want to have just like any couple of people like have their feelings hurt with this. We have said before, like, even like, because we don't get recognized a ton in public.
No,
sometimes
it's enough where we can live our life, and then it's cool times every once in a while.
Yeah, and every time it's great. It's great. We love, if you see us on the street, definitely
always say something.
Always come up.
Even if we look like we're busy, like, just say something. That's fine. Yeah, even just saying hi, that's enough.
That's great. Yeah, please do. We love that. Like, take a picture, do whatever, anything. But
honestly, I should say really quick, like, it's not just saying that. They're fun interactions. I love getting to see people in person that actually watch our stuff, because with YouTube especially, it's like you don't even think about people watching your videos. You just see numbers. And then somebody comes up on the street and it's like, oh my God, I love this video and this video. That's fucking awesome. Yeah. So it really is great. So come up if you like see us and want to.
Yeah, right, and like, well, we're so lucky too that like we like the content that we make. So because we like what we make, the people that watch it like what we make. They're fucking funny people. Yeah. And they're creative and they're just cool people. So it's like, yeah, we're not making like just kids content like we're 8-year-olds are coming up, we don't have common ground. Like, yeah,
it's people who are into memes and into commentary content.
Yes.
And I'm into both of those things. Yes. You know what I mean? It's like the people that watch our stuff match, even demographic-wise in age. It's a lot like us. So yeah, it's just talking to cool people that I don't know why now I seem like so kiss-assy, but it really is awesome. But go ahead.
But like one thing I was going to say is like rule of thumb for anybody, like some people have done this to me before, and it's like, it's not a huge deal, but it is kind of rude to put it on people. Like, if you came up to me and you were like, hey, can you send a quick video to my friends? I would totally fucking do it.
Yeah.
But if you walk up to somebody already recording,
and
it's
don't
like,
do that.
Hey, don't fucking do that. That's so rude. Like,
or like, also even like phone call stuff. It's like, then you're asking me to like do something actively. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Also, one thing I gotta stress is if people are listening to this and they're going to like come up to us in public, please, if you like both of our stuff, like make it known. We've had multiple times like on the opposite ends where it's just like one of us is talking to the person and it's clearly like it seems like a fan interaction for them, and at the very end, like, can we get a picture? And then you like say it's for you, and you're like, yeah, and they're like, Eddie, get in this one too. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just sat on the side looking like an asshole, not saying anything to those people for like a minute. And then the same thing was at Buffer. There was like a couple people I was talking to, and I think you were walking a little further. And they were like, can we get a picture with you and Gus? And I was like, fuck, now I got to go grab them because I didn't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone at Buffer was lovely, though. That wasn't really a problem.
Lovely. You know, yeah, everybody was. And the thing is, like, we have never had a bad fan interaction, have we?
No, mine have always been great.
Fucking fan
I hate the word fan. I don't like it at all.
If
it's just somebody that watches their stuff. The word fan kind of like brings somebody down a level from you.
Yeah, that's shitty. An interaction with somebody that has recognized us. It's always been positive.
Yeah. I wasn't criticizing you for saying it. We were both saying that we didn't like it.
Except for one fucking guy from my college, but I'm not going to name drop. But I told you, like, the guy that was like creepy.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
There's some fucking guy that when I was back in school, like, that started like seeing what I was doing. He's probably watching this right now. Shit. You should know better by now. I'm not name dropping him.
Yeah.
Like, where he would like come up all the time. Like, he would seek me out in the hallways and stuff and like find where my classes were. And there were like, and he, you know, he was a little socially awkward, which was kind of, you know, I feel bad for him about this, but you know, he would kind of talk and he would just say weird things like, can I tell my friends that like we're friends. Like,
oh, dude, that's heartbreaking. I don't want to hear that
stuff. Where it's like, what do I fucking say to that? Like, I'm standing outside my classroom. It's just me and you. Like, and there were times too where like there were a few times where he would come into the classroom. Yeah. Like in a closed door classroom. And he would just come in and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's just crossing a line, but then you feel so bad for him too. Yeah. You just don't know what to like.
That's the only time though where like I didn't like just destroy this guy, but I kind of had to unload. I was like, "Hey, this is too much. I feel uncomfortable. You need to leave me alone, please." That's the only time I've ever had to do that.
I get it though, because it got to a point if you're coming into like he's coming into your classrooms, that's like he's actively walking around either trying to find out your schedule or like looking in every classroom to find where you are. Yeah, and that's just like you got to tell that person to stop.
Yeah, one of the things he said to me too is he was like, I was walking around, just around town the other day, and I found where I think you filmed like the wine video. Is it? Oh no, is it dude. Right here? And I was like, I don't know. Like,
wait, was it the dumpster wine video?
Yeah, it was where I lived at the time.
Yeah, it was right. That's your parking lot.
It was my parking lot,
and it was a small parking lot. It was a small area where it's like if he saw that, there's like 4 houses that could be yours.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not. What do you? Is saying like, do you live here? Yeah. I'm like, what? Get the fuck out of here. Don't be that guy. But there was only one guy that ever was that guy. So if you have any doubts, it wasn't you.
One of my favorites was I don't want to mention anything because they're very nice people. But when we were eating breakfast with Drew and the guy came up and like he said something to you and then he left and he came back. And when he came back, one of the things is like he was talking to you, clearly a huge fan of yours. It was right after we launched the podcast. And then he was just like, "So you must be Eddie." And I was just like, "Yep." And then he just looked at you and kept talking. It's like, what am I supposed to say in that situation? That was so bizarre.
That was a little weird. Like, it was still so great to meet him. Both he was really cool, but it's like we were eating at a cafe and it was outside. And like he came up and it's already a little like if you're eating, come on, you know. Yeah. But like,
again, still, if you see us eating, say hi. But if we're eating a meal in the middle of a conversation, like make it a passing one. Like don't be like, "Hey, we're having a conversation now." It's like I got to stop eating my waffles now.
Yeah. But then like he just mentioned, "Oh, my girlfriend and I, we live right around like here. Like we watch all the time." And again, he was super kind and everything. But it's we're eating and Drew's there. Like we have a guest and he asked for like a photo and stuff. And he left, and then like 6 minutes later, he brought his girlfriend back. Like he ran home, got his girlfriend, brought it back, asked for more photos, like in the dining area. And it's just like, it's not a day ruiner, but it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Drew spit on them and everything too. Drew was like, it really showed true colors. Drew colors even. That was bad. I'm sorry. Drew didn't do that before the tea gets spilled. Am I right, sisters? Do you see Danny's tweet on that?
The tea culture shit.
Yeah, dude. It's funny to meme, but I feel like Danny and Cody have both memed it, so I was like, I can't jump on the train, but it seems like so much fun to joke around about it.
I don't know. I don't want to. It's always weird talking about this stuff too because like we try to stress a lot too. Like Eddie said, we're not fucking big deals.
No, not in any way.
Occasionally will get recognized.
Yeah.
You know what was super funny? I told Eddie the other day, Sabrina and I were just like out doing shit and like no one had recognized me out on the town for probably like a month or so. Yeah. And we went to Michael's Arts and Crafts and 3 people recognized
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like, what are you guys doing here?
I want to stress to people, I think that's the perfect level if you want to do this stuff. One thing for me is, and I want to say, I think very low of myself. So I'm not saying this in like a high way at all. Me too. Like, but like even to the point we're at now, I'm still making my stuff because I want to make comedy. Mm-hmm. But even now, I'm like, there's a little too many eyes on me. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get people who crave, like, I definitely want to get more famous than, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know.
I just want more eyes.
It seems like just a bunch of eyes. Yeah. But no, it seems like the perfect amount of like living your life where we can just like go do something and then occasionally someone's like, "You're you." And it's like, yeah, that's fun. That's fine.
And they say it like that.
They say, "You're you."
No one goes, "Oh my God."
Yeah. No, honestly. There was one, just to describe how low I think of myself of not being a big shot, is at VidCon, one person did like start tearing up when they met me, and my reaction, I didn't show it to her, but when she started walking away, was to go like this, and I realized, because in my head I was like, it's fucking me. Like, you know what I mean? Not stop to her. She was like really great, and it was really great meeting her, but like I was just like, Really though, really think about that.
Yeah.
I'm a small time YouTuber. It's like there's nothing to tear up about me.
You know what I wonder? I was gonna make a meme about this, but do you ever have like a concept or like a joke, but you're like, I don't know how to translate this to a video, but it's a commonality thing. One thing that always bothers me, it doesn't happen like with me, but like when people take photos with like real celebrities, like so many people are like, what do I do in this photo? Better point to the celebrity.
Yeah, dude.
Like, why are you doing
look
it?
at them in front of me.
I fucking caught one. Here's a merit badge. Mark Wahlberg, bitch, he's here.
Yeah. Also, I hate that there was like a meme made out of like the hovering hand for guys, because they're basically saying like, hey, if there's a female celebrity, don't be a nerdy pussy. Put your arm around her. And it's like, or maybe just don't touch her and don't put your arm near her. Like, that's probably better. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's you're white knighting. No, just don't touch a fucking stranger. That's all I'm saying.
That's,
like, male or female, I don't like buddy up with people I take pictures with because I don't want to touch a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's just like, even if it's somebody coming up to us, I'm not like hand on waist, like, let's get this picture. No, a hovering hand is better than like a grabby hand. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I'll do
at the most. I'll do like, I like doing like on the shoulder, you know,
that's
always
fine
right on the
there,
blade, you know, and it's usually like group photos, so it's just like everyone's doing that anyway or whatever.
That's different.
I'm dying here. What were you gonna say?
I think it's like Sandler or somebody like that has a rule where they always show their hands in photos because like when you get that famous, people want to like sue you and be like, hey, you touched my ass because you can't prove it by this picture.
Mr. Assman Sandler, you know?
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I think somebody I saw had a rule of it, and I was like, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Just because, like, just framing can look weird, and you could be like, oh, it looks like I'm doing something that I shouldn't be. And it's really that I couldn't think of a joke. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Tony, edit in a joke real quick.
Tony, edit in right here. And then there'll be a joke there.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Make sure that that's not silence.
Remind me 2 days.
Tony, just take a clip from like the intro to Seinfeld and just put that in there. That was me.
Just the bass line.
Have you ever heard how like recently Jerry talk about comedy?
Yeah, he's kind of elitist about it.
Yeah, he's so elitist. He's such a dick where like he'll be like, yeah, you cannot call somebody a comedian if you're not a stand-up comedy. You know, if you're not a stand-up comedian. And it's like, people can be comedians without doing stand-up or a comic. That's why there's two different phrases. Isn't comic stand-up and then comedian's anyone who does comedy?
Yes.
So, but I think even the person doing the like round table thing with us was like, really? And he's like, no, you can't call anyone a comedian unless they do stand-up.
Stupid.
Doesn't make any
like,
fucking
I'm
sense.
cool with Jerry being like fed up about dumb formalities, but when you're just kind of elitist about that, like that's kind of shitty. I still love him, but it's like, don't take that stance.
Yeah. I like I love the show Seinfeld, but I like Seinfeld and Curb way more than I like Jerry's actual stand-up. It's just not for me. I'm not saying he's not good. He's amazing, but like, it doesn't like really click with me. Did you watch his newest special?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just like fine. But the way he talks about stand-up is like, well, actually, he kills when he does it. So I'm not.
I mean, it's still good. I'm just saying it's not like hilarious. It's the kind of stuff where you watch where I'm like, that's a good joke.
Yeah,
that's
for sure. Joke. That's because his obsession is like about good jokes. It's not like about the story or the attitude. It's about like purely jokes.
Yeah, I appreciate it just as much. I'm just not laughing my ass off.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm not like laughing like a Dave Chappelle or like a Louis C.K. stand-up or something.
Dave will fucking kill me every time I rewatch it.
Oh my god. Except, you know what? Actually, though, you and I were talking a little bit. Adam Sandler just released a special on Netflix. It's funny.
I still haven't seen it.
Really funny. And this is like, I'm not a big fan of his movies, especially in the last like 15 years. Like, I don't like that he'll often default to that voice. You know, that voice a little bit like this. We want me to do the rest of the podcast like that.
I hate to. People will do that. Very easy thing to impersonate. And they'll be like, such a good impression. It's like no, it's really not hard to do. You just like talk with your jaw. Ooh. Look at you, just come over here.
Oh, it's like
it's like,
me for a second.
Almost sounded like a Louisiana sound. Look at this, come over here. Look over here. Oh, these freaking gators. I'm Happy Gilmore trying to golf.
You can do it.
That's the new
part of it too.
Yeah, it's Louisiana Happy Gilmore. I'm trying to hit this ball, and I'm gonna do it like it's a hockey stick. That's a fun voice to do.
That was a good one, yeah. No, but you should watch it. It's really funny. Like, especially, a lot of it was like kind of what I try to do sometimes. Just short, stupid songs about nothing. Like, he'll just do little clips. He cut up like 15 stand-up things that he did this last April. And then just like, it's just a big hodgepodge of little bits. Like, he'll have a piano guy behind him, and he'll just be like loading up and then just do maybe like a 10-second song about like, oh, I'm that guy in the crosswalk who's so slow. Fucking go around me. No, you can't. I'm slow. It's just funny. Like he'll do a bunch of that kind of shit.
I like that fuck around-y kind of stuff.
And like I was just so blown away. There's a really touching song about Chris Farley at the end. It's a high quality stand-up special. But what bugs me the most is there are like 3 cuts in there where like they'll like cut to him. This is visual, sorry, audio only people. But like he'll be in in like an alleyway and he'll be dancing around doing faces like this, like, which is not funny.
Sounds great.
That's
for the
not
audio
funny. For the audio people, I was crossing my eyes and sticking my tongue out. That's not funny.
Yeah.
And he has a voiced over clip of him saying, "Oh, Sandman, well that's too much."
I don't like that.
I don't like anything about that. Is bad.
I'm about to get Sandman out the next special.
You be Adam Sandler and I'll be Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay, go for it. Just start it.
Hey, Adam.
Hey there, Jerry. It's good to see you.
You're not a stand-up because you make movies.
I make movies over down in Louisiana. You gotta get my grandma's gumbo. What do you take her over Gator and just check out my new Netflix special?
Okay, do you want to go to the delicatessen?
I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm Adam Sandler. Have you seen Mr. Deeds? Have you seen Big Daddy? What was that the movie?
Big Daddy.
Have you seen Big Daddy?
No.
Cole Sprouse, Dylan Sprouse. You seen those? Those boys get eaten up by a gator and... What the fuck is this podcast? Oh, man. What time are we at?
Thanks for giving us money for this podcast.
Yeah, thanks for funding this.
An hour and 7 minutes.
Okay, good. I wanted to talk more, but I was hoping we weren't toward the end yet.
No way. We have only the most important stuff to talk about from here on out.
Okay, start it.
Fucking, I don't know, dude.
Nice. Dude, that voice is so much fun to do. I don't know why I like doing it so much. Because you get to like bounce your like lips and cheek, you know, while you're talking. Like, I know what's going on with me. Just water bottle and drink that water bottle. You will get hydrated.
I like it sort of bouncy.
Oh, God.
I like that front of the mouth stuff too. And sort of.
The tighter shit?
Yeah, Sven and I used to like fuck around when like we were younger or whatever, and because he just hated the sensation. It was like bad ASMR where I'd come up behind him, I'd like grab his shoulders and I'd go right on his neck, and I would the bit would be I was always trying to like bite him in the like neck like hard, and I'd be like, I'm just so terribly hungry. If I could just have one.
Oh, God.
Just one little bit.
I don't like that at all, especially, the lips do it.
Sabrina said it sounded like fucking the Jimmy kid from South Park. Hey, fellas.
It does sound a little bit, yeah.
So
like,
what are you doing after school?
Yeah, that does sound like him. By the way, you've been watching South Park. Have you been watching the recent season?
Yeah.
I have not.
Oh, my God. Dude,
I was telling you it was good, dude.
Yeah, South Park, I came around, it was like you and Sabrina and I think Jamie too were like, fucking watch it. And I was like, because all I had seen in the past was like, I love Family Guy. It's so much. It's so funny. But then without ever really diving into it, I'd see little clips of like some older South Park. And to me, it was just like, I fucking hated the intensity. It was so much.
Really old South Park is kind of, it was great for the time, but it doesn't really age well.
Yeah, but all I knew about it was like, oh, that's the show with the annoying fucking kid voices and everyone's screaming and shit. And it's just, the joke is that they're trying to be as offensive as possible because I wasn't watching it. But then, like, I've probably watched 4 seasons now, the latest 4. Yeah, fucking funny.
Matt and Trey are geniuses.
Jesus,
they really are. Like, they're perfect. They're so good at satire. It's crazy.
No, it's great.
I still like the PC Principal season is what started the. You know, like they talk about. They actually, I think, came up with the term of like just the with. What you can and can't say is kind of like a pendulum with every couple of years. And I remember in that PC Principal season, he's like, it's going to be about 6 years before we come back. And that was kind of the start of like it swinging one way and like coming back another way. You know what I mean? And you see it now in like comedy specials and stuff that are on Netflix. It's talking about like words we're not supposed to say, or we are, like Tom Segura and stuff. Yeah. I just like that they kind of set the standard of like, all right, here's what it's like now. And now that we're acknowledging it and joking about it, it's probably going a little too far. You know what I mean? Not to sound like a fucking like crazy anti-PC stuff, but like with comedy stuff, you can't really joke about it a lot right now. It's a little too much, but that's all I'm saying.
That's why most of my videos are about genocide or school shootings. I just like to keep it straight and narrow. You know how it be.
One of the things is like Drew mentioned in one of his recent videos, like he was Drew Gooden was making a video talking about videos he made when he was 12. And he was like, hey, I said some words in this I probably shouldn't have said, but I was 12 and it was 2006. And then some people tweeted at him and were like, that's not an excuse. You can't, being 12 in 2006 is not an excuse to say the R word. And it's like, did you live in 2006? Because everybody was saying it all the time, and it was not a problem at the time.
Yeah.
And he was 12. He was 12 years old. Same with Brother Nature. What the fuck was that?
That was the dumbest shit ever.
You can't go back to somebody's tweets when they're a kid and try and criticize them for being an adult. That's absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, every other thing in society for us is like, oh, kids can't make their own decisions. Kids can't choose to drink. Kids can't choose to smoke. You said the R word when you were 11?
Yeah.
You're done. And it's like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, I remember, like, I grew up in small town Wisconsin, and like there were 1,000 people in my town. There were 60 people in my like graduating class. Like I remember times, you know, where I was like riding the bus in 4th grade, and there was like a bigger kind of older kid picking on me who was like calling names and shit, and I was so fucking shy. So then the only thing I could think of was like he was kind of a bigger kid, was like to shut him up, because I was just really worried, because there was like the fucking big older high school and middle school kids would like literally beat you. Like if you were the joke, if you were the butt of the joke, they would fucking beat you. And like this kid that was in the same grade as me was kind of like a bigger kid, and he was just trying to like get on their good side or whatever, and like started fucking like calling me names and shit, like nerd, and like as a defense mechanism, because I was in fucking 4th grade. I was like
9 or 10.
Yeah, I was like 10. I was like, you know what? You know what makes me happy? I'm not gonna name drop. I was like, you know what makes me happy? I'm gonna call him Rich. Rich is that I wake up every morning and I look at myself and I go, at least I'm not a fat gay loser, and like that shut him up. Because I was fucking 10.
Yeah, and at the time, things were way different. You obviously wouldn't do that now. But can you imagine if, say, you were 10 and that situation happened, but on Twitter nowadays? Yeah. So, like, totally understandable. A kid is cyberbullying you. You say something mean back. Then you have a YouTube channel 10 or 11 years later, and people are going back to that moment and being like, what the fuck, Gus? Yeah. What was that?
I didn't even know really what that word meant at that time.
Yeah.
Everyone said, like, gay means, like, stupid.
Oh, dude, when we were in elementary school, gay was getting thrown around, like, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it was in every sentence and every insult. It was just, like, what we did.
Yeah.
Not saying it's okay, but, yeah, I did say gay as an insult when I was 10. And I'm not going to apologize for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, it was gay and, like, retard and stuff, like, when we were smaller. Like, you would say that. Like, now you just don't say that. People grow. I'm not fucking 10 years old anymore.
Yeah.
That's mean to say to people.
I want to stress, me saying I'm not going to apologize for that now is not saying that people who don't like those words now and don't, because I don't use them anymore, and say that they're offensive. I'm not saying that you guys are asking for an apology. There are people in like cancel culture who legitimately are like, apologize for what you said when you were a child. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I just had that good video on, I didn't know that, and I'm not going to give like full opinion on this because it's kind of a dicey one, but with, what's the fuck is his name? Why am I forgetting? Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
James Gunn.
Yeah, James Gunn. That some of his old tweets that people brought up were quote tweets, but they were faked. Like, before you could quote tweet and change what it said, so he was trying to make his friends seem like they were saying something shitty.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that in any article or anything like that, except for IDubbbz's video. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I had no idea.
I was just surprised that there were they pulled so many examples of him joking about pedophilia.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I mean, and not even giving an opinion on the situation. Not that I'm a fence sitter. I really don't like care. I didn't really follow this story a lot. Yeah. But it's like there were so many fucking jokes about that. I'm like, why are you only? Like,
I thought the same thing. Yeah, it was just like, dude, because what it looked like is like 10 years ago, he thought he was like a super edgy guy, and he's like, well, what's the most fucked up jokes I can make? And it's those. It's like, but when you make a lot of those, nah, dude, that's too many.
Like, that gets to a point like where it's like, why are you joking about that? But again, I don't watch superhero movies for the most part. I don't care about the situation. I didn't follow the story.
Are you gonna start watching the Marvel movies? You said you might.
I might. I care enough where that I'm like, I put my foot down. I say like, just no one spoil it to me in like personal conversation and shit, you know. But I'm so far behind.
Here's the thing: everyone I've known that said, like, I don't care about Marvel movies, and then went like, you know what? I'm going to try and binge them now as a fan.
Okay.
So, like, not saying you're going to be, but the thing is, all of the movies do have worth. They're not just, like, superhero movies. They're good. Like, the thing about Marvel is most of them are very good movies. The thing is, like, there's, you know, obviously some kind of missteps in, like, there's a couple of okay movies when all of the first ones came out, and then, like, around Avengers 1, they weren't, like, really sure what they were doing, and then Marvel just got creative right after those and just, like, changed direction and, like, made it way better. So, like, there's definitely a lot of worth, and I think missing out on something that's such a cultural phenomenon is something that you probably want to avoid.
It feels weird because, like, that's pretty much the only huge cultural phenomenon that I have. Not only am I not involved in it, I don't fucking know. At this point, I'm at least 5 years behind everything. There's
great performances in them too, and they're like really, like, they're definitely worth the watch without a doubt.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
have you seen any of them?
I saw Iron Man 1, Captain America 1.
Okay.
Iron Man 1's a movies. Fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Iron Man 1, Captain America 1. I saw the first Avengers movie, and I saw both Guardians of the Galaxies, actually, coincidentally.
Yeah, well, you don't really have to see those, to
They're
see
just
the rest
way
of them.
off. Yeah. But it's like, I haven't seen anything else.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of really great ones, especially
that's the
Thor
thing.
Ragnarok.
I hear that all the time.
Fucking love, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. I hear Civil War is really good,
Here's the thing, is Avengers 2 is just the most kind of boring Marvel movie I've seen, other than the sequel to Thor, which is also boring. And then Civil War is really Avengers 2.
Really?
It's kind of confusing. Avengers 2 was like, okay, villain, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, it's actually sets up. The thing is, like, why it's kind of good is Avengers 2 sets up what happens in Civil War. So it is, like, still does have value of watching it. But Civil War is really Avengers 2.
No, I think I've always said, too, I think it's wrong and it's irresponsible to say those movies suck, because clearly they fucking rock.
Yeah,
they're doing everything right for the most part. I don't care about them, and like, and I'm not trying to just be like all trendy with it, be like, oh, I don't watch those, I don't care about it. It's like, I want to know, because like I feel so fucking left out of the loop whenever any Marvel movie comes out, because that's all anyone jokes and talks about and shit. And it's like, but I don't want to like watch them. Like, I just don't have any interest, and I know that there's good shit, but it's always like, in my mind, my rationale is like, I want to know that there are going to be some weighty consequences to these characters, and it's like, I know this actor is slated for like 3 more sequels, but I recognize that that's coming to an end now.
But would there be any franchise that you're watching where you would expect a main character to die off before the franchise ends?
Well, there are exceptions too. Like Star Wars was kind of in that same line where I'd be like, yeah, they're not gonna fucking kill them too. But it's like, too, they've got their heavy hitters and stuff, you know, like the Iron Man. When they had in the pool, it was like Iron Man, Thor, Captain America.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, these guys aren't gonna fucking die, so why should I care about what happens to them in the moments of tension during the individual movies? That's just what I found too. Like, I know there are other redeeming things too, but like, I'm kind of tired of seeing big spectacle fights in cities and stuff, and I know that there's still a lot of creativity you can do with that, but it's just like, for me personally, like, I don't want to see any more big fights and stuff.
That's really more DC than Marvel. Like, there are big fights in Infinity War because it's like one of their biggest movies. It's probably it's the biggest movie of all time now, right?
For budget or box office?
Like, isn't it for everything? Didn't it earn more than everything, or did it not earn more than
it's still
Force
Avatar. It's Avatar.
Oh yeah, it didn't pass high score. I meant opening weekend. Sorry.
Oh, opening weekend. Probably.
Yeah,
I would assume.
But like, I don't know. There's big fights in that because like that one deserves it. But most of the movies don't just like do what DC does and just like destroy a bunch of buildings for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I still am like, I know this character's gonna survive this movie, but now it's getting to the point where it's like, yeah, they're gonna start killing big characters because they're like wrapping up the Avengers stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That's it's just a personal thing. It doesn't. I don't know why.
I just feel like with that stuff, like, well, usually they don't announce the big major slated ones unless they've announced their movie. They don't usually go like, oh, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be here for 4 more movies. They didn't really ever do that.
Yeah.
Like, they did Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, and then nobody was sure if he was going to come back. And then he did. And then nobody's known in every movie, like, what's going to be, like, happening with everyone.
That's a good point. But even, like spin-off things, like, or not spin-off, like, stuff that isn't, like, Marvel and stuff, I usually don't care a lot about, like, just, like, super power-y stuff as much. The exceptions are, I love the fucking Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
But those those don't even feel like superpowery shit.
It's not even really, Dark Knight is amazing, but it's not really like a great Batman movie because like when you see Batman in every other iteration, he's like much different. But I'm not saying it's not a good Batman movie.
Yeah.
Dark Knight movies are some of the best movies of all time.
They just seem so grounded.
Yeah.
Like even the heroes and the villains, it's like, well, with a little sci-fi shit, this seems like it could happen, kind of, you know? Clearly it's way fucking exaggerated.
Yeah.
But like another superhero movie like I love the fucking Kick-Ass movies. They're great. And it's just because it's people that want to be superheroes and they suck.
Yeah.
And that's it. But I don't know. It's just not really for me. But then it's like I feel really left out too. But I understand that's just my own doing.
It's just, I mean, I don't know. The thing is, for me, it's so different that it's like none of the movies are really just like about superpowers either. I think it's just like because you haven't seen them, like you have an idea for them, which you're like saying too. It's just like a lot of them are different movies because they're just about different things. Like certain ones, like even Ant-Man, even though it's kind of a more boring one, it's not about his superpower to go small. It's like kind of like a science and gadgety movie. And then like Thor Ragnarok is this weird, like almost fantasy, like poppy, like sci-fi thing. And it's like all of them are a different thing that happen to involve powers maybe. But the first ones, like what you've seen of like Avengers, that was before they wanted to like reinvent it.
Okay.
So that's more of like superhero focused. And then once you get towards like Avengers 2, everything gets like really cool, which I like. That's basically it.
I think I'll probably catch up at some point. But I mean, even right now, if I look at like the pocket of the last like year of my life, it's been so much just like personal shit, trying to like finish school and like move out here, and now like just the schedule of like doing stuff. I watched a movie 2 nights ago. That was the first movie I've seen in weeks. I used to watch a movie maybe every other night, you know? So I'm at the point where like if I'm going to watch a movie, like I kind of want to know that like I'm going to love it ahead of time.
Well, that's kind of your attention thing too for it, because you said you watch The Office every night too, so you have the time to do it.
I do have the time. You just
mentally don't like
want to do it. Mentally, I'm like, I get to the end of the day and I want to like have a couple beers and just like eat shit food. And
the thing is with Marvel movies, you can just like relax and watch them because they're kind of like TV show episodes. Yeah. Now that there's so many.
Now I'd probably, you know, have 30 hours at least to catch up on, you know, for stuff that I hope that I'm gonna like to. I'm walling myself off. There's no logic to it, but I'm just saying I don't know if I want to do that. But I think at some point I'll probably watch them. Yeah. All. I don't know. Plus now I got fucking Red Dead, so.
Yeah, true. God, I'm so into that fucking game.
It's very pretty. It looks good on the Pro too.
Yeah, it looks great. What was I gonna say about the Pro? Oh, there's a setting thing. Well, we don't have to worry about it. We don't have HDR on our monitors.
What's that? What is HDR?
It's the like with 4K stuff. It's like better colors with everything. But we don't have it on our monitors, and there's like a glitch with Red Dead where if you have HDR on, it made the colors more washed out now. I don't know if that's like an overall glitch, but Jakey sent me a picture of it, and it was like really washed out red on his jacket, and then like with HDR off, it like looked great. So I don't know what that's all about.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
I still constantly, we already talked about this, but it's so weird when you're playing a game, especially like Red Dead, and you're like, this is a game, I'm controlling all this shit, compared to like just even childhood stuff.
Yeah.
You know? I remember seeing Super Mario Sunshine as a kid and being like, what? Dude, that's fucking nuts. Look at that water. But it's like, dude, what?
It's you fill in I think you fill in all the blanks as a kid in your brain where like you see something far away in a game now and you're like, oh, it's the skybox. And then like you see something far away as a kid and you're like, what the fuck's over there? Oh my God. Yeah. Like, can you go over there? You know what I mean? It's just you just like imagine more, I feel like.
I can see that.
Basically all my imagination is dead. I'm dead inside.
Yeah, I'm just fueled by cocaine at this point.
What is a skybox in Red Dead? You fueled by cocaine.
What's that skybox?
Jesus.
It's my Jerry Seinfeld.
I have to pee, but I'm going to hold it for when we're done.
That's pretty
What time are we at right
now? We're at about hour and 20 minutes.
Okay. We got a little more time.
We're getting up there. God, I guess we could drudge this out for another
I guess maybe 10 more minutes or something like that.
I guess. Let's take your live questions right now. Let's wait for him to come in.
Yeah, go for it. Let's wait. Okay, so there's no questions.
What the fuck, you guys?
What the hell? Oh, one thing. Should I talk about what happened with my last video?
Yeah, definitely do it.
Okay, so I made a video, if you haven't seen it, on this guy who I will not name, who on Instagram would go up to people in public and shove his camera in their face and start roasting them and just being an asshole and being mean to them. And it was like, Gus can speak for it too, like the most intrusive thing you've ever seen on the internet. Like he'd sit down at a coffee shop next to somebody and just like put his phone in their face without saying anything.
A stranger.
Yeah. Somebody he's never met. And then he would like crash like family photos and like go up to businesses and stuff. And I looked it up. Baltimore law. He's from Baltimore. If you follow somebody into a business when you're in a public place and you're following them and then they like go into a business, you follow them there too, then it's like technically legal harassment. So this guy, basically his entire Instagram account was just like proven crimes over the whole thing. And Gus and I were at a party after I put the video up, and then it's the next night. My Instagram while we're at the party just like starts blowing up with hate messages, like comments on everything and everything like that. And I look, and the dude had posted that I made the video, mentioned that I like said that he was bad, and then said he loved the video and then tagged me, which was basically like, hey guys, go harass this dude. Yeah. And I got a bunch of harassment. So then I put it on Twitter saying like, hey, this is breaking the rules of Instagram's guidelines, not only his account, but putting my name out there for people to go comment shit. So then everyone just like came in, like other YouTubers and like people that watch our stuff, and just got the dude banned on Instagram.
Well, it was so justifiable too. It wasn't like petty beef.
No, yeah, he was breaking the rules and like harassing people.
Yeah,
it was
breaking like, Instagram rules and breaking the law. Literally.
Yeah, breaking the law, like putting, and so it was so easy because it was just like of a decision to say like, hey guys, you should probably go report this dude. Because he was just not only being a colossal asshole, but yeah, he was breaking the law and then also the guidelines in two different ways: harassment in his content and then harassment of me. And like the dude, I don't know, it was this whole thing of like him. It was really satisfying where I went to bed the night before and his account wasn't gone. So he was like taunting me, trying to message me shit and like calling me like a baby for not responding to him. And then like I woke up and his account was gone. It's like, yeah, fuck off, dude.
And he was like, it was big enough to know better. He had like 50,000 something.
Yeah, 53,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, where it's like, that's the type of shit where like, not that it's going to just like destroy humanity, but that's something that's like, this could get out of hand.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like,
he was growing. When I made the video, it was 53,000. And when I, like 2 days later, he was at 53.3. So he was starting to blow up. And, which when somebody like that blows up, which cause he's originally, inspired by that guy Bonk or whatever. Boonk, yeah. Like Boonk Gang, that dude.
Yeah.
He's clearly inspired by him. When those guys get more popular, a bunch of people start doing it. And it's just kind of this infestation of like harassing people in public or like doing like crazy things that like damage people because it's getting, you know, like more and more popular, and then people want to, you know, get money and views. So he actually ended up making his last post on his second account thanking me, and that he was going to come back and not do public stuff and change his focus to like music or something like that.
That's weird shit. That's after you get beat and you rush in and try to be like, we're friends.
Yeah. So I didn't even say anything to him there. But yeah, I don't know. It was just such an easy thing of like, this guy's just the worst. And he would be like racist to people, and he would just like say awful things. He was just such a dick. And it was almost so satisfying to just have like justice come in really quickly. I've never had that with a commentary video before, where it just gets swept up, and then it's like immediately the next day, like justice is served on this guy.
Yeah.
It's like fucking awesome.
I like that. That's the dope shit kind of justice we were talking about. I like that.
Yeah.
I almost did something petty the other day. Literally yesterday, I went to GameStop, you know?
Yeah.
I personally, I have never encountered a GameStop employee that has been shitty.
They're always happy to talk to you.
Nicest people.
Yeah.
And I get that I feel bad because they are trying, like they're told and they're instructed to religiously try to upsell you on shit.
Oh yeah. Like it's in like a script they have.
Yes. Yeah, I feel bad about that because they're cool people, they're nice people, and they love talking about video games and stuff. But I went in yesterday to like trade in my old PS4 thing, and it was our GameStop.
Yeah.
My GameStop, you know. And the guy, like, there's this kid behind the counter, and he's just this like fucking skinny guy with like 2 double lip piercings, and he just was like kind of like this, and I was like, hey, here's my old PS4. He's like, okay. I was like, I wanted to do a trade-in. I called in before to see if you had like Red Dead in stock, and I'm just gonna do trade-in for some store credit. He goes, all right, and it's sitting on the counter. I was like, do you want me to take it? I'll take it out. He slips it out. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to have to take off some money here just because there's like, probably need a new scratch plate. It's kind of fucked up on top.
No, that doesn't take money off the fucking working PS4.
And then he's like, do you have a charge cable? And I was like, what? A charge cable? Do you have a charge cable?
Like a micro USB is what he's trying to say?
And I was like, no, do you guys have one here? And then what I thought, because I said, no, do you guys have one here? And then I thought he's like, yeah, you got something here. So I thought he said yes. And then I was just going to like, all right, well, fucking I'll buy a $5 cable to put into there. And then I was like, okay, that should be good and everything. And he's like, okay, I got the stuff here, but I can't do it. And I was like, do you have a charge cable here, like for me to buy? And he goes, dude, I said before, we do not have charge cables. You're going to need to go get one. And I was like, do you want me to like leave? Should I just like leave the PS4 here? He's like, I don't know. I don't care. And I was just like, fuck
what
this
the fuck?
Fucking guy. Like he was so fucking rude and like not my job shit. And it's like, I fucking worked in customer service. Like, you're just a piece of fucking shit. So like I felt bad that like I wanted to call in and be like, hey, the guy that works here, like talk to a manager and be like, he was just an asshole to me. And like, but then I'm like, what am I going to get this? What if he's a fucking kid? Yeah, if he's a punk kid, am I going to take his job away? So I didn't do it. But
also, they don't sell micro USB cables at
GameStop? And they wouldn't take my PS4 because I don't have a fucking... You can get them for 50 cents at places.
That's so stupid.
Micro USB thing.
Yeah.
So I had to drive back home, and then I went to a different GameStop where I was met with a lovely employee who helped me. And then
did you have to buy a cable?
Well, I just brought one in that just in case or whatever. And when she looked at it, she didn't even mention deducting me for like scratches and shit. I just got the full price.
Yeah. So then that guy was just being a dick.
Fuck that guy.
Honestly, that customer service stuff, again, we work those jobs, and it's like you can't be an asshole. Like, to update my Postmate Chronicles for everybody from last week, again, one of the biggest things is it only has happened, I think, 3 times now, and I get Postmates way too much. So, like, I've had 3 times out of how many times have we gotten Postmates here?
Dude, I get it all the time.
It's too much, but I'm not going to stop. Because it's hot out when I want to walk and get stuff.
And the promo codes are all the time.
Dude,
so like,
it's like I get free delivery almost every one.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Nuts.
There's a Twitter account if you use Postmates called like Postmates promo codes, and they just tweet out. I turn my notifications on. They just tweet out codes whenever there's like a common one for everybody. And so you'll just be, like on your computer and you're like, oh, I'm going to get free delivery for my Chipotle tonight. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, you told me too about the subreddit, the Postmates subreddit.
Yeah, that Twitter just kind of gets all the subreddit codes though from what I've seen.
But I get ones regularly where there'll be ones like if I'm ordering from like an Indian food place, someone on the subreddit will be like, yeah, you get free delivery if you order from Baja Fresh, where like it's free delivery from a specific restaurant. Yeah. And then I'll put in that code and I'll get free delivery elsewhere. Like they're just broken all the time.
Yeah. Also, did you know there's a section of Postmates that's just like the free delivery section that you can look at? Yeah, that one's great too. But so we've only had a couple out of all the times we've gotten Postmates, a couple of times people will try and get out of bringing the food to our apartment. There's a gate for our building, and then you get in, and all you have to do is bring it up. We worked these jobs. You were a delivery driver. You don't call when you're on the street of a house and be like, hey, I'm at the lamp. Come get it. You know what I mean? So they'll call, and every time I try and be nice and give them the benefit of the doubt, where instead of being a dick, I'll go, oh, I'm so sorry. Was the apartment number not listed on Postmates? And then they kind of have to go like, oh, no, it's right here, and then bring it up. Yeah. Instead of me being like, hey, bring it up, you fucking lazy asshole. So somebody called me. My Postmates I was getting Taco Bell yesterday, and this girl calls me. And she's like, hey, I got through the gate. I'm outside of your little building, which it was like, what?
Yeah.
All right. She goes, I'm outside of your building. Could you come down? She asked me, like, could you come down here? And usually when they ask, they'll go like, I'm at your building, and then wait for you to be, if you're kind of like a pushover person, to be like, oh, okay, I'll come down and get it. Yeah. She straight up went, could you come down and get it at the lobby? And I said, oh, sorry, was the apartment number not listed? And in this exact tone, she goes, no, it is. I just don't want to come all the way up because trying to save time because I'm working.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, as in, like, I'm working and you're not. So I was just like, okay. And I just went down there and I didn't give her a tip. You know what I mean? If you're going to be like, hey, I'm working and you're not, so come down and get your food halfway at your building. It's like, all right, then you should see the consequences of when you force people to do extra stuff. you're saving time, but you're losing money for it.
Yeah.
Finish the delivery,
and
you'll get a good tip.
That's the fucking most important part, too, because that's their direct money to them. That's not their after the Postmates cut.
Yeah. So hopefully people don't tip her when she's shitty to people, and then she learns, oh, I have to be a good delivery person to get it. I know, like, these are people's wages and stuff like that, but with that type of stuff, it's like I got to – normally, every single one of them comes straight to our door because that's how deliveries work.
Yeah.
So, I walk out of my room, I wait at the door, somebody brings it up, and I put it in. This one, like, I had to, like, get a sweatshirt on and then, like, borrow your slides to go down there, wait for the elevator. It's like, okay, so this tip money should go to me because I'm going to do this. You know what I mean?
Well, also, it's in every time. It's not saving them any time because they have to call you and you are not prepared to come down. So it's like, all right, well, it's the same amount of time.
Yeah, she waited there. And when she handed it to me, it was like kind of like, oh, and then like leaving. And it's just like, don't rush it to me. And especially the bag was all crumpled on the top too and everything like that. I could just tell she was rushing with it.
And then also, like, it's so clear to see, like, with our building, there's an enormous parking area right out, like, 20 feet from the door, where it's meant for delivery people, and it's for 30 minutes you can stay there. You can leave your car running and everything. It's super safe. I promise
the elevator won't take that long.
No, it's just fucking bring it up, please.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just because Postmates people, you can always get somebody who's just starting out and it's their first delivery job thing ever. So they're like, oh, I don't know what the rules are. But I can't believe she just openly like saw it, was like, oh, I don't want to go all the way up to the apartment. I'm gonna call him and tell him I don't want to go all the way up to the apartment. It's like, that's how you don't get a tip. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the dumbest shit ever.
That's not really shitty to not tip them there, right?
No, yeah, because, I mean, you and I already talked about this. We tip pretty much every single time. Unless it's just
I've never not tipped someone on Postmates before, even the other people.
Yeah, unless it's just blatant, like, super shitty.
Yeah, it's like an Uber or Lyft. If they are actively like, yeah, I'm being shitty to you, then I won't tip you. But most of the time I tip pretty well. Especially like even just these like app jobs and stuff, like at restaurants and stuff, I tip like really well too. So it's, with these situations, it's like, I don't know. I don't think you should get rewarded for being a dick.
Yeah.
So
like even if it like you didn't make a single impression, like either way, if you're just boring and dull, you're still getting a fucking tip.
Yeah.
But if you were actively an asshole,
that's the main thing is I'll still, if my waiter is kind of a dick, I'll still leave like a lower tip at a restaurant and stuff like that. But it feels like with Postmates, it's like the order was prepared there. You didn't wait on me at all. You're just delivering it. So, and same with pizza guys. If you fuck up the delivery, then the tip, it's a higher percentage of like not getting a tip rather than, you know what I mean? Like if a waiter still served you and was shitty, they still did the service. But if somebody's like fucking up the delivery for you, then they shouldn't get tipped for it.
Yeah. You know, I feel so bad is I order Domino's a lot too, and I just go right through Domino's onto Postmates, and the delivery drivers are always super nice.
Yeah.
And they're always like middle-aged men.
Yeah.
And they always are like really kind. They'll come up, they'll give me the time of day, but then like when I shut the door, I always see them fucking sprinting away, and I just feel horrible. Like these guys are so nice, they work their asses off.
Yeah.
And you should not have to be every time fucking running away from the door because you're that
Same thing with like UPS drivers and stuff too, is they're like incentivized to just be like super speedy with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sucks.
That's just systems got changed. I don't know what the answer is. Figure it out. Maybe I'll order Pizza Hut. Who knows? Well, on that note, you want to add
on the Pizza Hut ad?
Yeah. So thank you for watching the podcast.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the podcast. We're gonna go hunt some gators, and then Tony cut it right there. We go. Wait, do you have anything else to say?
Just buy fucking incense, and they have candles and shit now.
Okay, incense and has candles?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're going to go hunt some gators and sniff some incense and candles.
That's Steve Irwin, actually. I don't know if you knew.
Steve Irwin, is that voice?
Yeah.
Okay, it's good to say. I'm Steve Irwin. Stay away from those stingrays, boy.